This is a quick step-by-step guide on how to use the Site Selection app for Bernalillo County. You can get to this app through filmburnco.com. There's only 4 steps, so this will be a quick video. The first step is to zoom the map to where you want to film. So you have 2 choices. You can use the GPS location, which doesn't work very well on a laptop or a desktop computer, or you can type in the address. We'll type in the address, and you can see as I type it in, even before I finished, all the addresses that match this query come up. The first one being the one in Albuquerque, and that's the one you want, of course. So you click on that, and it will zoom you to that location in the map. If you're using this app on your phone and you're at the place you want to film, you can use the GPS location tool in the bottom right. It looks like a circle that will zoom you to where you're at. So you'll click on that and it will zoom you in to where you're at. Now keep in mind that the GPS accuracy on a phone is not perfect. It could be off a little bit, so you still might need to visually verify where you're at. You can do that by using the Find Address window tool in the top of the app, or here's a little tip that might help. You can click on the 4 squares in the upper right hand group of tools, and that will open your base map. In your base map options, you can click on imagery, and that aerial photography that comes up might help you to determine which parcel you actually want to click on to film at. Step 2 is to determine if you're going to get your permit from the city of Albuquerque or from Bernalillo County. So when you get to the lot that you want to film at, either through GPS or the address search, you'll click on that lot and a box will open up that will tell you at the top whether you need to get your permit from the city of Albuquerque or from Bernalillo County. And the window down here says if the area is Albuquerque, obtain your permit through the Albuquerque Film Office, and here's the web link to the Albuquerque Film Office. It says if unincorporated, obtain your permit through Bernalillo County, and that's at filmburnco.com. Going back to our address that we searched for on Yakima, we click there, and in this case we see that it says unincorporated area. So again, if the area is unincorporated, then you can get your permit through the Bernalillo County Film Office at filmburnco.com. Step 3 then is to create your contact list. This tool here, if you hover above it, the name comes up, contact list. You'll click on that tool and then click on the point tool that you will place above the address where you want to film. That will automatically create a 600-foot buffer. Now, if you're filming at night or if you're out in a rural area where there's not many parcels, you'll need to change that to 1,000 feet. But everything during the daytime in an urban area is 600 feet. You'll see that within that 600 feet, there's 75 parcels. So you'll need to contact the residents at those parcels to get your permit. And in order to create that list, you'll click on this export tool. You can click on this one, you can get a CSV file. But this one is the better one because it actually creates a report for you. So click on this tool and then you can export to PDF. Portrait is good, and you can give it a title and then click export. It creates this nice map for you showing the parcels that you would be contacting. And then down below that you have your contact list. Situs address, that's the address of the site. Situs address to the city. The owner, if you need to contact the owner, and then the owner's address, because sometimes it could be a rental or a business and the owner will have a different address than the site, but the site is the location where you'll be contacting. So here's your contact list, so you can save this PDF file and send it in with your application. Also, if you use this little follow-up procedure, it'll make using this app a lot cleaner because these boxes can stack up and get in your way. It can get confusing. After you've run your contact list tool and created your PDF from the contact list, you're basically done with this whole step. So you can click the trash can and you'll see that query and the results go away. Then click this X to get this box out of your way. Also, when you type in an address and that address comes up and it puts a little pin in there for you and actually tells you right away that you're in the unincorporated area. You still can click to verify that. But then this might be in the way of your tools as well. So you know that you're zoomed in on your lot here. You can go ahead and click this X to close this search down. It'll take the pin away, but it also cleans up this area, making it easier for the next step. And your final tool, step 4, is to find out if there are neighborhood associations that you'll need to contact. That's why we have a telephone symbol here, because you don't have to send anything to the neighborhood associations if there are any. You just need to contact them and let them know of your intent to film. So you'll click there and basically run through the exact same steps. You click your point tool, put it on your address where you want to film, same 600 feet. And in this case, you can see that there are 2 neighborhood associations that cover this address. So you can click here if you just want to look at them. The Sunset Southwest Neighborhood Association, you can see it kind of highlighted on the map in yellow. It's large. And the Yakima Neighborhood Association, again highlighted in yellow. So you can do 2 things at this point. You can click on this arrow for each one, and it will give you the contact information that you need. Or if you prefer, you can go ahead and export that out as a PDF, again, just like you did for the contacts list. And you'll notice after you watch the video and you're back at the introductory screen and you click on Go to App, that you have a sort of splash screen that just shows you some tips, some quick tips. Your 4 steps are right here. This shows you your tools, your GPS tool, your search, create context list tool, and your neighborhoods tool. And you can still click here to watch the video that you're watching now. And then when you're done reviewing this, you can click on the X. This might be handy after you've used this app several times. You can come back just as a quick refresher of what the tools are meant for. You can click this X right up here to close this down, and then you're back in the app. And once you're in the app, if at any time you need to remember what these different tools are, you can click on the Quick Tips window again and then close it down. So those are your 4 steps. That's all you need to know to use this app. I'll show you a couple of other tools, so you can keep watching if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to see a couple of other tools, we'll click on the contacts list tool again. Let's say you're going to be filming down a street. Then you could click this line tool instead of the point tool. Click the line tool and just place lines down the street where you will be filming. And then when you double click, now you have a buffer and a selection of the contacts list that you would contact for filming down that street. And maybe you're going to be filming in a location that's large, and so you want to make sure that you have adequate coverage. You can also click this polygon tool and just kind of draw a rough outline around the entire area where you'll be filming. And you get your polygon number of residents that you need to contact. And again, you can click the export tool to create your PDF of your contacts list. And just as we showed you in the phone section earlier, you have your base map options that you can click, and you could turn on different types of base map if that would help you in your use of this app. Probably imagery, that might be helpful, and topographic is the default. And you also have the list of layers here that you can turn on. So right now, if you see an eye, that means that that layer is on. If you see an eye with a cross through it, it's not on. If we click that, it'll turn on the neighborhood associations layer, and you can turn it back off. And you have a measure tool that you can use if you'd like. Click this one and click a point. And as you start to measure, you see you've got several different options over here. We usually just pick feet US, and then you can see your output over there in the right. So if that tool is helpful, you can use that. Click new measurement if you want to start over.